any scenario in which you could be a candidate for Speaker, especially if it's a deadlock in this race?
Look, this is about a moment in time. That's a decision by the conference. I'll allow the conference to make whatever decision. Whether I'm Speaker or not, I'm a member of this body. I know what history has had, and I can lead in any position it is.
McCarthy not ruling out a return as Speaker as Israel's crisis unfolds. The Republican conference just met on Capitol Hill ahead of tomorrow's Speakers Forum. Joining me now is one of those Republicans who voted to remove McCarthy, Nancy Mace, South Carolina Congresswoman. Congresswoman, thanks for being here. Are you concerned about not having a Speaker in place, especially when we saw the horror of what unfolded over the weekend in Israel?
Well, for starters, I don't want to politicize what's going on in Israel. I've been working all day today getting constituents out of Israel, giving them a plan to evacuate, number one. Number two, we could have stayed last week and elected a new speaker. The House decided not to, and I hope that tomorrow when we have our Speakers Forum that we will be swift in our decision to move forward and make sure that we keep our states, our communities, our people safe and get them out of Israel and support our allies in Israel as much as they need right now.
It's not being political just to ask, if we don't have a speaker. I mean, it's a big crisis. Number third in line of the presidency. This could be a major,
I would have loved to have stayed last week and elected a speaker. I was ready to go.
Well, is that part of the problem, like not having a real plan? It seems like get rid of McCarthy. And then what was the plan after that?
Well, also part of it is, why is there such a vacuum of talent? Why is there only one person that people think that can do this? We should have multiple people in line that can take over the job. And quite frankly, 75% of the country thought he was ineffective as a speaker. And so it was the right vote at the right time last week.
What do you think you'll get for your vision for the Republican Party with a new speaker, and why are you confident that a new speaker will deliver?
Well, I just want someone that America can trust. That's it at the end of the day. And if we make a promise to the country that we're going to follow the law, we're going to have a budget, we're going to have spending bills to support that budget, that we follow through with it and we do the job that we told America we would do. At the end of the day, Americans just want someone they can trust, someone who will stay true to their word.
Will you take down the next speaker if he or she doesn't do what you like?
I don't ever want to do that again.
So what if the same thing happens?
Well, I hope not. I have great faith in Jim Jordan. I'm going to support him for Speaker. He's one of the biggest supporters of Israel in Congress, and I believe he's going to be a great leader. But I'll support either Steve Scalise or Jim Jordan coming out of it. I'm going to initially support Jim Jordan. That's who I'm backing right now. He'll be a terrific leader for our Congress.
One of the things that I'm curious about is something that you said about women and the Republican Party. And I guess we don't have the full screen up, but basically you've said that, it's a soundbite. We have it.
Okay.
Play it.
We have, for example, 14 counties in South Carolina that don't have a single OBGYN doctor. We are going to lose the House if we don't fine-tune the policies that we're working on for women. The number two issue, first is inflation. I mean, the cost of everything's gone up, but the number two issue is related to women's issues.
And in that soundbite, you also mentioned abortion, paternity leave, I guess maternity, something like that.
Abortion is the number two issue in the district I represent.
As a Republican woman, I know you're representing liberal Charleston. It's a pretty liberal place, so kudos to be a Republican representative. But the radicals on this position are the Democrats, who want abortion on demand all the way up to being able to
Roe v. Wade allowed abortion up until 9 months.
Right. So what's your position there, and how specifically have Republicans been hostile to women? Because to make that kind of comment, you have to have something to back it up.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I have pro-life groups that I have done legislation with as recently as the first of this year that will not work with me now because I am pro-birth control. Why can we not talk about birth control and access to birth control in this country? As that clip just said,
is it birth control not readily available in the United States?
Is
that really? I mean, that sounds like a Democrat talking point.
No, you just played the clip where I said that there are 14 counties in my state of South Carolina that don't have a single OBGYN doctor. So how are they supposed to get access to birth control? Now, my conservative governor, Henry McMaster, last year when Roe was overturned, he got access to the pill for women from the pharmacy, so you didn't need to do that. And so there are a lot of things that we can do to show women that we care. It's not just always related to abortion either.
Yeah, but I think the point is the number one thing that's most important to women is the economy. And I think playing into all these other issues, not that they're not important, To me, that just gives the Democrats a huge opening against Republicans
Well,
because, again, the fanatics are those who want to deny when human life begins, in my view. If you believe in science, life begins at conception.
Well, somebody go ask Kamala Harris what her end date is. She can't tell you because it's up to 9 months. Or Joe Biden, they won't
but
tell
I just think that's a better approach for you. I'm telling you what to do, whatever you want. But we'll save our cannabis discussion for another day. Can we agree on that?
We can agree to disagree
All right.
on that.
And I was laughing that, thank God I didn't have my red blazer on because you and I really would have looked ridiculous. Thank you for coming in.
You look good in army green.
Great to see you.
Good
Thanks
to
so
see
much.
you too.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.